Yes, and we're back here at We Are the World Podcast at another episode brought to you guys here from Hotel Ziggy. Now, we're at a different setting tonight. We're at the media room at Hotel Ziggy. We're very excited to introduce to you our special guest today, Sentoria Green. You know, she's a media mogul, and I want to hear her story today. You know, Sentoria.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
Awesome. Thank you, Mark, so much. I love it here. Of course, I always love Hollywood. Matter of fact, I started my radio career in Hollywood.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, I started at ARN 89.7 FM, and I was on the air live at 5 or 6 years in a row.
Awesome.
Every Saturday.
Whoa, take us back.
Oh
Please,
my God! It's down the street, right here on Sunset.
Okay.
And I started radio. I went in and I did an audition. I was like, oh, okay, I want to do radio because I was an artist. I have about 2 albums. Sentoria Green. I am an artist. I am an ASCAP member. So I have Writing Hits is my ASCAP. And I said, well, I just want to go into radio because everyone said I have a radio voice. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, well, okay, let's try it. And so I went and auditioned, and of course, they get you to, they'll let you in because you pay to play. Okay. So I ended up paying to play for a long time. So, and I guess that's not a bad thing. And anybody out there want to get into media or anything, I would suggest you invest in yourself.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I did. So I pretty much did so many shows. I've interviewed a lot of people live down the street. So it turned into a couple of people left and went to Indy 100. So just to let you know a little bit about my radio background, Indy 100 was another place that was online, internet. I'm waiting for internet to get in the car. That's my whole thing. I'm waiting. You know, and so Indy 100 is in Burbank. And so I was like, nah, I'm not traveling to Burbank and driving because I don't like a lot of that traffic. So what I did was I was like virtual a long time ago as a broadcaster.
Okay.
And so I would be virtual and just log in, do my shows at home, log them on, load them up. And so I decided, no, let's go ahead. And I went with another One West radio for a while. And then I was like, no, I just want to do my own thing.
Okay.
So when I started, it's so funny because, Mark, when I started my own thing and I kind of put my efforts into focusing on my vision of media and where I think media is, and media is very, very powerful, as you know. We're in the entertainment capital here. Yeah. I just decided I want to do the future of media, radio, TV, and I have a magazine. So the digital magazine is online. So that's where the mogul comes in because I do actually have that. And I think I'm the first black female in Inglewood to be a mogul because I took Live 105.5 mobile radio to Inglewood in 2021.
Oh, cool.
The mayor came out. It was awesome. We have pictures. We had the carpet, the whole thing. Imagine-tainment is a big supporter of my media outlet, especially Live 105. They have the Business of Love, Dr. Seth. And he's super supportive, and I'm the music director of the music side of that organization. But like I was saying, I decided in 2017 to just step out, start my own station. My dream was to just cross over and become a crossover station. But I see things are so different. There's so many people. It's so congested. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So after about 5 years, we kind of turned it into a one-stop shop.
MZG TV Network. Cool.
TV and radio go together to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like icing and cake.
Yeah.
I put them together because people like news, they like media, and so I developed everything. And I noticed in LA, a lot of the stations were leaving. This is one of the organizations that work with us. That's all the employees at LAX. It's called We Fly as One.
We Fly as One.
They are being promoted our station, and they get discounts if they want to do anything with us. So we're connected with them and the Chamber of Commerce of Inglewood. So so if they, let's say somebody wanted to, let's say the employees, they wanted to do a commercial, we give them a discount. So they're helping people after the pandemic get back on their feet. It's really, really hard. But if you keep trying, and I would suggest to anyone that want to do anything in any type of form of media, of, like, I would say entertainment, period.
Yeah.
Is you have to have thick skin. I believe what Smokey Robinson said.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He said you have to have thick skin, because
Okay.
I think I'm the most diligent, patient person. I don't know. I will go for it. I won't give up. I keep trying. And I think that's a good thing, because I see all the good fruits. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like you go out and you plant and things grow, flowers grow. I think it's the same thing with business.
Yeah, anything in life, right?
You put your efforts in, you work really hard, you gain, and in the end you see your efforts flourishing or come to, light. So that's what I'm seeing here with the station. So we do have, and I'm going to do a little surprise thing. I did show you,
surprises.
We did the Power of Media with the Chamber. Okay, so if you could see that.
Oh, yeah. Power Media. What is that? Tell us a little
bit. So,
more
actually,
about
the Power of Media, I did a lunch and learn with the Chamber.
Okay.
And so I was talking to them about how powerful media is as a voice.
Okay.
And how powerful radio is right now, internet, in your car, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I listen to it all the time in the car. Because
Yeah.
everyone has the capacity to do that and just log in and log on. We're on TuneIn. We have an app on the website. So I think it's like very powerful to have choices.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you don't have to.
Just
Back
listen.
in the day, we would have to stick to that radio.
Yeah, it'd be
We
that
had no
one
choice.
station, right? That
Yeah.
everybody likes.
Or whatever station, but you had to tune into the radio.
Yeah.
And you had either that or you just go quiet. But nowadays, you could just download an app like TuneIn or your app, and you can plug that into your Bluetooth on your car and roll with it.
Exactly.
Right?
You would have the radio, then you would have, like what you were saying, in the car.
Yeah.
Podcast. Most people have a podcast in business. And for podcasts, it gives you the opportunity to talk about things and topics and have guests.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. So I love what you're doing, Mark. Continue success with a podcast, because that's a great thing. That's another thing that I talked about. So I have a talk station. And so that station will allow, we play a lot of podcasts on that one. It's called Open for Business Digital Talk.
Oh, cool.
So that's what I covered. Marketing and branding. You want to increase and you want to get leads and boost sales? Well, brand your business. Do you think McDonald's did or did not brand their business? Of course they did, because you can visibly know if you see an M, where does your mind go?
Always McDonald's, especially if it's yellow.
It's branded. You know what I'm saying? And so people they get branding and marketing and sales twisted. They think, okay, if I go on the radio, I should get this amount of sales. Should over time.
Okay.
And everything, and that's what I've noticed, everything takes diligence and time and effort. And so it's the same thing as in your business. You got to, you got to brand your company. So if you keep your company branded, and that's what we do, you keep it branded, commercials, whatever, you're definitely going to get the word out, because people are definitely listening to it in the car.
That's interesting.
It's not just online at home or on a device. It's in the car, but this is the future.
That's the future, guys. You hear it now. Sentoria, I hear you talking about diligence, hard work. Those words, obviously, we hear them all the time, and I would like to get more in depth in your story. I would like to learn. About your life before you got into music. Like, how did you get into that life? And we'll get back to.
I tell you, I always loved music, no matter way back, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
All right.
It goes way, way back. I always wanted to sing.
Okay, cool.
So when it started with that, I would always be singing. Everybody's like a sing in the car, that type of singer. So I did an album.
Yeah, how did that come?
I just asked for beats from people, and I was like, give me some beats. I'll just go in and do my own. And so I'm that kind of person. I'll put it together, and guess what I end up being? In the corporate world, I end up being an operations manager.
That's what you were before you got into being an artist.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm like, I've dealt with corporate companies, with a company that they're in association with. This company was AT&T, and then it was Verizon. Those companies worked with the company that I worked for. Okay. So I would run their campaigns with the company, like I said. I didn't work directly for them, but I worked with a company.
Their marketing campaign?
Yeah. Right. So we sold, we made sales, so I'd have people, do that. So that kind of, it all came into play when I went in the studio, and then I decided, well, I'm going to pivot.
So you always had that artist in you and that creative side. Yeah. So you were managing campaigns, but in your heart was just pounding and trying to get out. Well, and saying, man, I want to be in this creative side. So as soon as you saw that you could play with the studio, you took that opportunity. Yeah,
it's just like it grew into a whole nother thing. Okay. Because I started with right before the record labels went away, like Interscope, A&M, Geffen, Warner Brothers. Okay. With people like DJ Seth, Kevin Black, these guys, and James, James Love. These guys had these, DJ pools. Okay. Okay, and the labels were there. I would go to the label parties and things. They would have their artists perform, but they went away. That record labels they went away. Like people went independent. Yeah. Okay. Indie. So then I used to break records for them in Hollywood. So at the time it was like, oh wow, that was crazy. Like I get the music, I break it, boom, here we go. Interscope sent it to me, I break it. So then, like I said, they went away. So then we went independent. So I went totally independent with independent artists with Indie 100, of course, Indie 100. They end up moving along to Vegas. Okay. But once again, I continued my career here, and then I went independent on my own business. So the Bank Vault Network Empire Group, Inc. is our business. Calltastic is our sponsor.
Yeah, so you were in there in the corporate world. You said, I'm going to become artist. I want to be an artist. So you went ahead and recorded a whole album for you.
A couple of albums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just wrote. I wrote them, and I put them together, and I wrote from the beats.
Cool.
So that's how it started, but I knew I wasn't going to be artist because I just wanted to promote artists. Okay. So that goes to what I'm doing now, just a little bit here. We're doing a music festival at Leimert Park, which they now call Africa Town. Yeah. And we're going to be doing that the first Sunday of every month. And our first Sunday is this month coming up. So we are going to have artists. I have 10 artists coming out to perform. So we're excited and super excited to be doing that. So I'll be doing a little promoting. It gives me an opportunity to come out and do the pop-up thing. I'm also going to be doing an article in this magazine, Stardom 101. Okay. I'll be in this magazine this month. So I'm just getting the word out about what the station is. The station is six. There's 6 stations. There's a R&B, 90s, and hip hop. Okay. There's jazz. So 99.9 Pacific Coast Smooth Jazz. There's Open for Business Digital Talk Radio. I'll tell you why I'm doing all those stations. There is a gospel station in God We Trust, Urban Radio Network. Okay. And there is Live 107.9 Star Power, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and downtown LA station. Wow. And there is now a brand new one, which is in Las Vegas, called Sin City Las Vegas Radio.
All right, guys. We got options.
So you have an option. So we did a website where everything is like at one website. It's right here. You just scan to listen.
MZG TV Network.com?
Yes.
All right, guys.
And
that's where we go.
That's our Roku as well. We got the Roku channel.
Oh, cool.
So it's MZG TV Network on the Roku.
Okay.
And LA 411 magazine. That's like a tourist type of magazine, so you can look on there and find out restaurants, news, all kind of fun stuff. But that's not as forefront right now for us. It's a project for us, and in Inglewood 411.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, thank you for sharing, Sentoria. That's so awesome to learn more about you, you know. And we had an opportunity to talk before we jumped online on this podcast. Yeah. And I wanted to share with the audience something about something that I felt that it was very interesting. You were telling me, you were sharing with me about how when I was asking about your passion, about how you got into this, you were talking about how there's a lot of music that's been out, that's no longer being played on the radio. So please tell us a little more about that.
So if you look at it and think about the history in LA, we had stations with Art LeBeau. Okay. We had those type of stations that had R&B. Yeah. And we had the old school. Yeah. And then we had jazz.
Yeah, jazz.
But it all changed up. It was switched up and it went a different route and they went a different way. So I'm trying to bring back definitely R&B. So I got R&B on the map right now because this has been 5 years. So people love it. 90s is the most popular music. If you go back and look at it right now statistically, the 90s, what we're nailing, is the most popular music people listen to today.
And you guys could hear it at MZG TV Network.com.
Yes, MZG TVENT.com.
Okay.
And it's all the stations are there, but I don't want to confuse people because they go www.1055.mobi. You can listen to the station there too. And so what I was saying with the stations as far as, 90s.
The 90s, yeah. I want to know about that.
The 90s is like just a fun time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And music is just upbeat. It's just really cool. So then we went with jazz, 99.9 Pacific Coast smooth jazz. I love jazz.
I love jazz.
So it's a good, like sometimes you want to switch up. Your mood is like in a jazz, mood. So we are bringing that back. That's what I'm trying to say. It went away because it went to some other format. It's not exactly like it was. And then there never was a gospel station that you say, oh, I can listen to this 24/7, even if I need to get uplifted, something happened, or you just want to be motivated.
So let me ask you this. What's playing in Sin City?
Sin City is house music.
Okay.
It's the upbeat, da-da-da. It's like the
stay
party.
Up all night.
Right. It's like that day party music.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we got that house music at Sin City. We got
upbeat party music.
Gospel, do that. If your family's out in Sin City having a good time, you don't want none of that. Pop in the gospel station.
You just select what you want to select.
Or the 90s.
Actually the party station for Hollywood is, since, in complimentary of me starting here, is Live 107.9 Star Power. And so that station is like a pop and then party music. It's just like Hollywood, just like what goes on here all the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we play that kind of music as well.
Nice.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about Call-tastic.
What's going on with Call-tastic?
Well, Call-tastic, I am a brand ambassador, head of marketing and media with this company. But this company helps startups and small businesses with their customer support. So I'd like to say a big, big plug and shout out because they're always supporting what I'm doing. They're supporting me with the music festival and things like that. And so I'd say shout out to Leo Lopez, who is the founder and CEO, co-CEO. And he is just an awesome person. And what this company does, and Call-tastic believes in consultation. Not just... you're starting a business, you're one person, we'll take you on as a client, we'll help you, but we won't just throw you out there, we'll counsel you, consult you, and we don't nickel and dime you. That comes with your package. It's like a turnkey package. Cool.
Is there a website like Call-tastic.com?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Cool.
All right, so check out Call-tastic, and if you need any services, just hit us up.
Yeah, it seems like we're touching up, we haven't really touched up on the subject, but it feels like we are kind of hitting the edges of it, which is, entrepreneurship and the youth coming
Yeah.
up and looking for new opportunities like Caltastic.
All
like
of this
you're
is
starting up.
opportunities. Everything that I'm
Exactly.
walking and talking to is
yeah.
an opportunity for the youth. We're doing this. I'm doing this for generational wealth, for
Yeah.
the next generation.
Yeah.
I've done my part. I mean, I've put in the work.
Yeah.
Now it's up to the youth to carry it on.
So, on that note, Sentoria, on that note, if you can please share with us something towards the youth. Can you
Yes.
let anyone out there know, say they're coming out of high school or they're in college and they're
Right.
struggling and they're dreaming and they're thinking,
Right.
man, where do I go? What do
Oh.
I do? I'm having trouble, What
Go
can you tell
go
me?
with what your passions are. What you have to find something that you're motivated and something you like doing. Like I like music,
Yeah.
and music saves lives. And I like to sing, so that was my thing. But there's other things. I mean, you could be an entrepreneur. You might have an ideal. Well, don't think your ideal. Look at Steve Jobs. You know what I'm saying? He had his ideal, and he was in his garage.
Yeah.
So always be motivated about being just kind of working for yourself eventually. But you want to be able to be creative. You want to be an entrepreneur mindset. You want to do things that you like doing. It might start off as a little hobby, and then it may come into a business. But business is really, really hard. It's not easy.
Okay.
But I would say go after your dream or something that you like doing. Some people like to sell merchandise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I bet people
Yeah.
are doing it all day long. They're clicking a picture. You know how you sell
Yeah,
stuff?
Exactly, yeah.
Why not start your own e-commerce?